rifts, bolts, emperors, robots, and lombaxes. These things all put together make up a game called Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Ratchet and Clank is a series developed by Insomniac Games, and Rift Apart is the 16th installment in the series. The game follows two lombaxes, Ratchet and Rivet, as well as the robots Clank and Kit that accompany them too as they try to restore the dimensions of their worlds, which were torn apart by the two Nefariouses, Doctor and Emperor. The PlayStation 5's increased horsepower also allowed for more enemies, effects, and objects to be loaded per world, as Insomniac intended for each planet to feel more real and alive than was ever possible on previous generations. One of the best things I heard about with this game is that Ratchet and Clank was made actually without time crunches, so the people working on this didn't have to worry about having to rush this game out, and they actually got to take their time with it. It sounds like it was a pleasant working experience. The story starts off with a celebration for Ratchet and Clank. They have a celebration being thrown for them when Dr. Nefarious steals the Dimensionator and tries to use it to find the dimension where he always wins. But Dr. Nefarious accidentally messes up the fabric of space and time. After traveling through several dimensional rifts, Clank eventually arrives in the dimension where he meets Rivet, who refers to Dr. Nefarious as Emperor Nefarious. Rivet and Clank must then reunite with Ratchet and figure out Nefarious' troops. Along the way, Ratchet runs into certain people claiming to be a part of the Resistance. The Resistance was a secretive organization that was established 10 years prior to the events of Rift Apart. The Resistance's main goal is to help stop Emperor Nefarious from continuing to oppress the citizens and put an end to his terror. Although Rivet is widely considered to be the head of the Resistance, Rivet considers herself more of a lone wolf and tends to like to work alone to do her own part to stop Nefarious. The soundtrack was composed by legendary rock and roll Hall of Famer Mark Mothersbaugh and Wataru Hokiyama. It was released on June 9th, 2021 with 20 tracks. Mark is best known for his work in Thor Ragnarok, Crash Bandicoot, and The Croods: A New Age. He was originally one of the founding members and frontman for Devo. The breakout hit Whip It was a top 20 single in the US in 1980. It debuted at number 14 at the time and is a song that many people still remember to this day. Wataru Hokiyama, on the other hand, is a Japanese composer, conductor, and orchestrator based in Hollywood, California. He left his birth nation of Japan at the age of 16 to attend the Interlochen Arts Academy in Interlochen, Michigan. He later attended the Cleveland Institute of Music and the USC Thornton School of Music as well. His works include the original scores for Bean Cake, Uncle Cups for Christmas, One, Africa, and Soul Sacrifice. Insomniac Games wanted the soundtrack to evoke a retro, futuristic sound, so they used various instruments including synthesizers to compose the score. Mark also wanted to make sure that the music wouldn't get repetitive, so he purposely made sure not to make every song sound the same, and wanted every song to sound interesting and unique in its own special way. And the music definitely complements the game really well. I feel that Mark and Wataru definitely did a good job not making the music feel too repetitive, and made sure to have music that could add to the story and make it an amazing experience. The gameplay for Rift Apart feels excellent, from the graphics, to the environment, to the way the guns feel with the adaptive triggers. It really is an amazing experience. This is definitely one of the best games on PS5 for ray tracing as well, as it can really enhance the gameplay with reflections and the puddles on the ground. The upgrade menu always feels very nice as well. It feels very sleek and isn't too complicated to use. The game also retains some elements from the other Ratchet and Clank games, such as picking up bolts and upgrading weapons and gadgets. Everything is pretty easy to understand and doesn't feel too overcomplicated. Even the newer guns, like the burst pistol, the shatter bomb, the Enforcer, and the Topiary Sprinkler, feel nice to use, especially with the PS5 controller's haptic feedback. The player navigates Ratchet and Rivet through diverse environments across a multitude of levels, defeating enemies with an array of varied weapons and gadgets, and traversing obstacles to complete mission objectives. The game also lets you travel through different worlds and complete different tasks as you work together to put an end to Dr. and Emperor Nefarious' plan. Here are a few fun facts about Rift Apart. As you would probably expect, Ratchet and Clank have certain aspects that are inspired from its counterpart Spider-Man, such as swinging around the map. The composer from Rift Apart, Mark Mothersbaugh, also did work in stuff such as Rugrats, Jak and Daxter, and most notably Clifford the Big Red Dog. Despite the introduction of Rivet, she isn't the only female Lombax in the series. There is another Lombax named Angela, who was introduced in the Ratchet and Clank game Going Commando. She shared the same furry ears as Ratchet, but doesn't have a tail, which can make her look more human than the other two Lombax. Voicing Rivet is Jennifer Hale, who has done voice work for Bastila Shan in Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, Samus Aran in the Metroid Prime trilogy, and various characters in Baldur's Gate. One original concept for Rift Apart was going to feature two Ratchets instead of Rivet, but it was abandoned since the developers said that it felt too much like a cheap soap opera. Longtime voice actor Jim Ward unfortunately did not reprise his role in this game, due to him developing complications with Alzheimer's disease and COVID-19 in 2021. Along with this game, Mark Mothersbaugh has music credits for the Lego Movie and Cartoon Network's TV series Regular Show. Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard, by Tim Notke. I'm pretty sure just about everybody has heard this quote by now, so you may be wondering why did I choose this one. One thing that I realized is a lot of people in life want a lot of fancy things, they want all this nice stuff, but it really doesn't seem like that many people want to work hard for it. A lot of people also think that just because they're talented, that they can just get whatever they want simply because people are just going to pay them for their talent. I obviously don't believe that this is true. I do believe that if you're really going to get anywhere in life, it requires hard work. It requires effort. Nothing in life that is worth getting is ever going to be easy. You're always going to have to be working hard. You're always going to have to put your absolute best into every single thing that you do. Especially if you want to achieve greatness in your life, you need to make sure that you're working hard and to make sure that you're doing what you got to do to get ahead in life. Don't get me wrong, talent is important. Definitely. But talent isn't the be all end all for success. You need more than just talent to be able to make it in this world. And I feel like a lot of people tend to rely so much on that they forget that hard work is also important. If you look at most of the people that have become great, yeah, they have talent, but a lot of them got there because they also work hard. They don't just rely simply on their talent to take them to new heights. They also make sure that they're working hard. They make sure that they're putting in work. They make sure that they stay true to their vision, stay true to what they want to become and what they want to be. They stay true to the good people around them. They stay true to themselves. You got to make sure that you're putting in the work if you're ever going to make it in this world. You're keeping your head down, you're staying humbled, and you're putting in the work to get to where you want to go. Because really that's the key to success right there, is making sure that you're putting in the work to get to where you want to go. It's not simply just relying on a talent and thinking that that's just going to carry you to wherever you want to go. You also got to make sure that you're putting in a lot of hard work and you're grinding every single day to get one step closer to wherever you want to be. Yeah, sure, there are times when you may feel a little bit burnt out. There may be times when you might not feel like doing it and whatnot, and that's totally fine. But at the end of the day, like I always try to tell people, it's more of a marathon and less of a sprint, which means it matters what you do over a long period of time rather than what you do for only a couple of months. It's all about figuring out your goals, figuring out what you want to do, working hard towards it, learning how to do it, make sure that you're reading books and stuff, and then putting in the work to get to where you got to go. Hopefully you guys took some good inspiration from this quote. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. This is another long video that I had to unfortunately put in the work to make, but hard work does beat talent, and that's exactly what I did with this video. So thank you guys for checking out the video, and I'll be back with some more in the future. Peace!